Yeah, I was really involved a lot in student government as well, and I think that was really helpful in starting to understand policies and how, you have sort of people that make the rules and people that follow through on them. I did take a lot of art classes and I did a lot of independent work, which is where I could bring in some of my interest in nature and botany and conservation in the kinds of work that I did. I also took mechanical drawing, and of course, way back when, I was the only female in the whole mechanical drawing curriculum or department, rather. Don't worry about, going off into your own direction and seeking your own path and trying to put your own spin on things.
Appearance, how they dress.
So that really is important.
Yes,
To hear that.
it is important. It's very
If they don't care
important.
enough to dress well for an interview, then
They're not going to care enough
Yeah.
to dress for the work. Just how you conduct yourself too, like, in an interview. I've had people who come who were chewing gum or eating candy, stuff like that, and it's a really big turnoff.
they're going to be working with the public in a lot of jobs here.
Especially here,
Yeah.
yeah, it's all public, so.
Do you stress that to employees that you're the face of the company
Oh,
and how
absolutely.
you present yourself?
Especially our front desk.
Yeah.
I'm constantly telling them you're the first thing that people, think of when they think of the Goggle Works and walk in. We're a nonprofit. It's horrible.
Yeah. You do it for the love. Kind of like
mean,
education, right?
Yeah, sort of. I mean, I'm being sincere.
Yeah.
Most of the people start at minimum wage, like who are
Okay.
part-time. Benefits package are only for full-time, and it's basically just a health care, health,
Pretty
dental,
basic, yeah.
vision. It's your basic. We have 6 holidays.
I was very interested in art and thought art was cool. What I decided was that I'm no artist. I might be able to do this graphic design thing because it's coming up with icons and just having a good design sense. So I felt like that is something that I could do. So I did a bit of that in high school, but mostly my focus was in academics, science, really into science. I'd always just taken academics and that's what I thought you were supposed to do. And the guidance counselor kind of felt me out and felt like since I was interested in graphic design, maybe I should take a drawing class. So that's how it all started. Then did a graphic design internship my senior year, and also a college level 3-dimensional design class. So I was only in high school half days at that point. Going into college, I had focused in graphic design, but after the internship realized that is not what I want. Really like the making things, so I found this industrial design major, which was making things, but you would have a job.
You have to have like two separate personalities. You have to have the artist side of you, and you also have to be kind of a business person and an accountant and organized. People I know are wonderful artists, but can't really get it together enough to actually make a living doing it. The beginnings of projects are always much more exciting, and you really have to have the endurance and the discipline then to kind of like push yourself through the parts that aren't so fun. It hurts to look into things that you don't know about, or maybe expose yourself to different things. When I was in 7th grade, like cross country, I kind of wanted to be on a sports team, but I was horrible at sports. I up to that point had like bowled when I was in elementary school, tried out for soccer, didn't make it. I didn't even know what cross country was, and I just signed up for it, and I loved it, and I ended up doing it for 12 years, and I still do it. So.
I'm a survivalist in the arts.
Survivalist.
Yes, that's what it takes to be an artist. I mean, the reason I can sell a painting for $4,000 isn't necessarily because it may be the best painting in the world, but it's literally my life. Being an artist is a hard career. It's difficult. It'll wear you down. It'll beat you up. One day you're a prince, the next day you're a jerk. It's very curious. It's one of the few careers where somebody can come into your studio and say, boy, you'll be worth a lot of money when you're dead. I was a scholarship art student. I have a degree in elementary and secondary education. And I was going to go on to, I got an assistantship at Southern Illinois University, but ran out of money. And eventually ended up in my own graphics art business, printing T-shirts and doing logos, whatever I could do, designing billboards, which was a very good lesson. Unfortunately, it was a lesson in humility. And to graduate near the top of your class with great recommendations, I already have an assistantship but don't have the money, and then come back and end up printing T-shirts for a bar owner who wants me to copy a pack of matches with a donkey on it. But it was money.
Most of the people who come to apply for a job in our areas do not have any idea on how to present themselves or how to talk to somebody who would be a possible employer. So something is lacking there.
A lot of kids I was finding can't write things by hand. There was one girl who was doing a college application who didn't know what a signature was because she didn't know how to sign her name.
Scary.
So
Yeah.
while I think the technology is really important and I think a lot of great things can be done with it, I also think there's something to be said for making a kid stand up in front of the room and just, you know, I'm not always the most comfortable talking in front of people, but you just have to do it sometimes and come to some kind of terms with
So
yourself.
like on numbers, you know, and everyone always laughs, but like I have to present the financials to the board. I would have said to you, oh, I'm doing numbers, I'll never have to, you know, talk to people or, you know, and I do.
Well, yeah, pretty much any area you can think of, the person who can be creative, be innovative, think outside the box, and then use critical thinking to form a way to get there is going to be one of the most important people on your team.
Keep an open mind, you know, look for the adventure, but also, you know, stay true to yourself and try to have a goal.
I think it's important too to know that your goals can change
Right.
throughout your life.
And I think it's important to remember to push yourself because it's really easy to have a goal and like, oh, that would be nice, but even if it's something fun like art, sometimes it's still just hard work and you just have to do it and get it done.
I would say learn all you can in every area you can. Every experience you can pull some sort of knowledge from or just the experience itself.